I found some interesting statistics about generative AI and their traffic share, which surprised me, to be honest, at just how dominant one company is and how the scraps are being fought over by the other companies. I wasn't expecting to see this when I looked into this, and really nothing's changed, as much as there's been some really crazy cool announcements from DeepSeek, from Claude, from Gemini, from Perplexity, from Copilot, from Grok. There just seems to be no way for them to get past the ChatGPT hurdle as the OpenAI rolls right along. I'm going to show the statistics over the last year and just how little it's changed, which really was interesting to me. This came from SimilarWeb, which is a website where you can actually monitor different traffic, and I was posting about this last night. So let's get into this news. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things AI, and the dominance of ChatGPT is here. Here we are. 12 months ago, this makes a lot of sense. 12 months ago, I was expecting this, that ChatGPT would be the dominant AI traffic share. They had 84.7% of all traffic. And while they've lost a little bit since then, as we'll see, they still maintain just this crazy advantage over everybody else. Now, I was not expecting that Gemini would be second, but I guess that makes sense because I guess Gemini is tied into Google searches at this point. And so Google now gives you little AI examples at the top rather than actually clicking into articles. And so that probably generates the most amount of their traffic right there, because everybody just goes to google.com. I'm increasingly not doing that. I'm actually using Perplexity quite a bit because I've got a Perplexity browser, which I love. And I gave a review that I was not so in love with it at first, but I am liking it more and more and more as I'm using it. Now, Claude was only 2% of traffic at this point. I was like, wow, that's crazy because Claude is so much of a better chatbot than ChatGPT is. But ChatGPT does a lot more than Claude. Perplexity was at 1.6% at that point, and Microsoft's Copilot was at a paltry 0.8%. This goes to 6 months ago now, and you see that there's a change that ChatGPT dropped by a few percentage points, and DeepSeek really jumped up. Now, there's a big DeepSeek release, and of course, China was getting out there with it, and it popped up the charts to 9.2%, really just dominating everything else. So what it did was knock Gemini off the charts more than anything else. As you can see, Perplexity stays nearly the same. This and SimilarWeb's not perfect in the way it reports things. So when you look at the 1.8% versus 1.6%, or Claude's 2.2% versus 1.4%, those are within a margin of error. And so they could be close to that. You really can't tell at that level. Very interesting. And then, of course, Copilot bumps up a little bit because Microsoft starts promoting it. So DeepSeek really, with its big release, knocked things up. Then you get to 3 months ago, ChatGPT remains roughly the same. And you go to the stats here. Gemini's back up front. DeepSeek's dropped off. So people went to DeepSeek, checked it out for a little bit, then just reverted to Gemini and ChatGPT. And then Grok pops up on the list as Elon has started to promote this. So I think DeepSeek probably lost a bit to them too. Perplexity and Claude stayed very roughly the same. Claude's dropping off and falling on the scale 3 months ago. Now, like I said, look at this domination of ChatGPT. Like nothing, no matter what, ChatGPT is still 80% of all of this. This is just how it works. Then you get to 1 month ago, and ChatGPT falls a little bit. Gemini's popped way back up, and the others are roughly the same. And that's just a Gemini boo. I think that's when the Gemini 2.5 actually came out, and people were checking that out again, right? So it seems to be something comes out, it changes things for a little bit, and that's that. So as of yesterday, which is today on here, ChatGPT's at 78.5%, so dipping a little below 80. Gemini's still up there. DeepSeek's third, Grok's fourth, Perplexity's almost at 2%, probably because of the new browser release. Claude is remaining roughly the same, and Copilot's remaining roughly the same. So all of these from Grok, Perplexity, Claude, and Copilot are really just fighting for scraps at the bottom, just barely getting any usage, which is shocking because Claude got a $12 billion investment. Of course, Grok's being funded by Elon and his big investments there. DeepSeek's got big China investments. And so none of these are really moving the needle. Perplexity is kind of the only more-ish independent one. Actually, who owns Perplexity? I don't even know. Who owns the Perplexity company? We'll find out from Perplexity. Perplexity AI, it's its own thing. So this is more of a independent one than pretty much anything else out there, which is kind of wild to look at. That's still fighting at that 1% 2% level that Claude is. So I was not expecting this when I went and saw these results, but ChatGPT really just has won the game. I mean, people are just using that. They're using it for everything. Now there's a new unveiling that ChatGPT has app share within it, and so they're actually out there tying into Spotify, tying into other things. And with that, it's becoming its own operating system almost, which is kind of crazy. Now, Perplexity's got a little bit of that within the web browser. You can actually have it do some tasks within your web browser and open up emails and the like. I think it can generate a tweet. Let's see if I can have it generate a tweet. Write me a viral tweet on AI and send it. Let me see if it can do this real quick. Like I said, Perplexity can do these things. It's a little. It looks like it's trying to. And there's this. It's generating this on impact on culture, a provocative tone to boost engagement. It says, and so it's a little slow, is what I've found with this. Even when I'm sending an email or whatnot, by the time it actually gets something done, I feel like I could have written and sent an email myself, or written and sent a tweet itself. You can see how slow it is. I'm not on the pro plan though. I'm on the free plan. I don't know if the pro plan makes this go faster, but this is where they go. I don't know what happens. Let's see when you skip remaining steps because it's thinking too hard here. Let's just give it an answer. Here's a viral tweet you can use, crafted in your signature, but it didn't actually put it in the field. So as you can see, that took way too long for what it's doing. As much as I'd like it to be a little more functional, if ChatGPT can actually do this and open up Spotify and things like that, that's a way ahead of the game compared to these other chatbots, and that's exactly why people are going to it, I think, as their main source. What do you think about this? Which chatbot do you use the most? Love to hear from you. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.